Charlie Kirk has been described by many as a man of influence and impact. His work, his voice, and his presence made him a recognized figure in the nation. Yet, even with someone so well-known, questions remain about the way his story has been presented to the public. And today we are going to take those questions seriously, step by step, slowly, carefully, so that by the end you'll have a clear picture of why so many people feel the official version doesn't quite add up. Before we dive in, let me say this. What you are about to hear is not speculation presented as fact. It is a careful walk through the evidence, through video, through audio, and through eyewitness accounts. At every step, we will separate what's verified, what is still alleged, and what we believe needs independent confirmation. Our commitment is simple: transparency, and if you are with us until the end, you'll see exactly why this case is far from finished. Let's begin with the official narrative. The public was told almost immediately that a shooter had been caught. A young man named Tyler Robinson was paraded before the cameras. He was cuffed with a rifle nearby, and the story was neatly wrapped. Case closed. But as any investigator will tell you, the first version of a story is not always the full version. The first reports are rarely the final word. So we asked ourselves, does the footage support the official account? Does the timeline line up? Do the records match the story? And the more we dug, the more cracks we found. Point 1. The custody images. When we compared the images of the suspect from the day of arrest with photos released days later, we noticed something unusual. In one, he is clean-shaven. In the other, only 48 hours later, he appears to have grown visible facial hair. Now, most people know that kind of change doesn't occur overnight. Could this be a difference in lighting? Could this be a matter of camera quality? Or could it suggest an inconsistency in the custody timeline? We don't claim to know the answer, but we do know this custody logs and time-stamped booking photos would clear it up immediately. And that's why we have called for those records to be made public. Let me pause here and ask you, do you think the public deserves to see those logs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And as you do, let us know where you're watching from. We love seeing this community come together from every corner of the world. Point 2. The shot trajectory. Video analysts slowed the available footage frame by frame. A consultant who has worked with ballistics in the past told us his interpretation. The visible motion of the head and body looked more consistent with a shot from behind than from the front. Now again, this is one professional's interpretation of video evidence. It is not a medical report. It is not definitive. But when an expert opinion diverges from the official account, that gap must be addressed. Independent forensic teams should be given access to the footage, the rifle, and the metadata to either confirm or dispute this reading. Without that transparency, doubt lingers. And let's be clear, doubt doesn't mean we know the answer. It means we know the public deserves the chance to see the evidence tested. That's the heart of justice. Open records, independent review, and accountability. Point 3. The anonymous tip. After the memorial service, one of our reporters was approached by a source who requested anonymity. Their message was simple but powerful: look higher. This runs up. Now, an anonymous tip alone proves nothing. It could be wrong, it could be misleading, or it could be the missing puzzle piece. What matters is that it led us to check things others hadn't: building access logs, rooftop permissions, and the narrow vantage points that might have offered a clear shot. That is the kind of investigative work that moves a story beyond speculation into testable questions. And it is precisely why we insist that all such records be reviewed. Point 4. The audio. In the minutes after the incident, a recording captures voices that seem to be giving instructions. Phrases that, if authenticated, could be interpreted as directing others to erase or conceal digital traces. We process this file carefully, cleaning background noise, aligning the timestamps with the known sequence of events. But here is the crucial point: we are not presenting this as proof. We are presenting it as evidence that requires forensic audio specialists to analyze. Independent verification is key. We will not rush to conclusions, but we will not ignore material that could shed light on what really happened. Point 5. The possible second shooter. In reviewing wider angles of footage, one detail caught our attention. In the rear corner of the stage area, a silhouette appears faintly. Enhanced and stabilized, it resembles a figure holding a long object with an optical mount. At the exact frame where the injury occurs, a small flash can be seen in that area. Our consultant mapped the trajectory from that position and found it could be consistent with the apparent direction of the wound. Now again, this is not proof. This is not certainty. It is a possible correlation that requires independent review, but if correct, it raises questions too important to ignore. Point 6. The missing SD card. Perhaps the most troubling footage we reviewed was captured behind the stage. In it, two men approach a camera housing, obscure their faces, and appear to remove the SD card shortly after the incident. That card, if authentic, would have contained the clearest rear-facing angle, potentially the most important evidence of all. Instead, it is gone. If verified, that would constitute tampering. If mistaken, it still demands explanation. Either way, transparency is the only solution. Friends, do you see the pattern forming here? Not proof of a conspiracy, not certainty of a cover-up, but a consistent chain of questions, each one pointing toward the need for greater transparency. And transparency, when it comes to matters of justice, is not optional. It is essential. So what do we ask for? It is simple. Release the custody logs with timestamps. Publish the booking photos with metadata intact. Share the chain of custody records for the physical evidence. Provide CCTV from surrounding buildings and rooftop access logs. Allow independent forensic analysts, not just official teams, to review the footage and the audio. If these steps are taken, confidence in the case can be restored. If they are not, then doubt will remain. And to those watching right now, you play a role too. If you have footage, audio, or documents that could be relevant, don't let them sit on a hard drive. Use the secure link in the description to submit them. We will preserve timestamps, verify metadata, and protect sources where needed. We will never publish unverified material. That is our pledge to you. Let's zoom out for a moment. Why does this matter? Why should you care months after the headlines faded? Because justice is not just about one man or one event. It is about trust in the system. If the public cannot trust that evidence is preserved, reviewed, and shared transparently, then confidence in justice erodes for everyone. And once trust is gone, it is hard to win back. This is not just about one incident. It is about the principle that truth must be verifiable. And so, we continue. We will not back down. We will keep asking questions, keep analyzing evidence, keep presenting what we can confirm, until the public has the answers it deserves. If you have stayed with us this long, thank you. You are part of this investigation now. Comment below where you are watching from. Share this video responsibly, like it so others can find it. Subscribe and ring the bell so you'll know when we release our next update. And above all, remember this: justice takes time, it takes scrutiny, and it takes persistence. We will keep going. We will publish what we can verify. And together we will demand the transparency that justice requires.